In October 2019, a 6-year-old boy called 911 when his mother tried to kill him. Claudia Nadia Rodriguez was fatally shot by police at the scene after getting hold of the police officer's gun and fired it.
Henderson 911, what is the address of the emergency?
2222 Summers Heights Park.
Okay, and what is your...
My mom's trying to kill me.
They're trying to kill each other. They're making us do it.
Okay, ma'am, is it an apartment complex?
2222 Building 22.
Okay, what's the name of the apartment complex? You're giving me an apartment number, not an address.
We're probably around it. We got to kill each other. We're going out.
Ma'am, what is the name of the apartment complex?
It's apartment 2222 Building 22.
I know, but what apartment complex are you in? You're not giving me an address. You're just giving me a unit number. I'm sorry? Equestrian. Okay.
I know.
The one at 10701 Southeastern?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your name?
Nadia.
Okay. What's going on?
No, they're making me kill each other.
If you like deep dives into the before, during, and after of True 911 calls, be sure to join the family by subscribing to the channel. And if you have any calls you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comment section below. On October 21st, 2019, at 12:11 p.m., Henderson Police Department responded to the 10,000 block of Southeastern Avenue, Las Vegas, in connection to a disconnect call. When they arrived, the boy was covered in blood. It was later identified that he had suffered 25 stab wounds during the ordeal, including a severe injury on the left side of his neck that slightly cut his carotid artery. It is not so clear on the body cam footage of Officer Patrick McCarrick. Still, when the detective went inside the apartment, he found 37-year-old Claudia Nadia Rodriguez holding a pair of scissors. She stabbed herself in the chest as she approached her, saying that they have to kill her. During a brief struggle, the woman was able to get hold of the officer's Glock 17 handgun. She managed to fire one shot that hit the couch before the second officer, Edward Little, fired 2 shots in return, one of which hit her in the head. The woman was transported to Sunrise Trauma Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. The boy was taken to University Medical Center and underwent emergency surgery. Doctors said that he is expected to make a full recovery. There was a bloody knife found in the master bedroom, and the mattress in the bedroom was also covered with blood. Neighbors were shocked at hearing news of the ordeal, describing the situation as heartbreaking. Some did tell reporters that they saw Rodriguez yelling at her son in public on occasion, but no one reported any concerns of child abuse in the home. An autopsy revealed that the woman had no drugs in her system at the time of her death. Henderson Police Detective Michael Kondratovich believed that she was suicidal and suffering from a mental breakdown at the time. Little was placed on routine paid administrative leave while the shooting was investigated. In 2021, it was announced that both officers involved would not face any criminal charges. '83-year-old Noel Lavery called 911 in September 2006 and confessed that he smothered his wife, 50-year-old Sherry Lavery, to death with a pillow. Was this an act of compassion or something more sinister?
Edmonton 911 emergency. Do you need police, fire, or ambulance?
I have just smothered my wife.
I'm putting you through to police, sir.
Police service, how can I help you?
I have just smothered my wife. My name is Noel Lavery. We live at 96 Melbourne Road East.
Okay. And what is your name again? It's Wolf?
My name is Noel.
Noel? Okay.
O-E-L.
Okay.
And I have...
What's your date of birth, Noel?
I beg your pardon?
What is your date of birth?
15th of July, 1928.
Okay.
What the hell has that got to do with the fact that I just murdered my wife?
Okay, I need the information from you.
All right. Okay. Ask on.
Okay, 15th of July, you said? 1928?
That's correct.
Okay. Is your wife ill, sir, or was she ill?
She was a very chronic alcoholic.
Okay. Was she drunk tonight, or what?
Yes, she was.
What is her name?
Her name was Sherry, Sherry Lavery.
Okay. Okay, where is she now?
926 Millbourne Road East.
No, but where is she in the house now?
There.
Okay. Are you there or not?
Yes, I'm beside her.
Okay, in the bedroom?
Yes.
How old is she?
50. She's almost 51.
Okay.
Hello.
Yep.
You still there?
Yeah, I'm just typing here.
Yeah.
Is she breathing at all or not?
No, she's not.
Okay.
I put the pillow on her face.
Okay.
I have held it there until she stopped.
Okay. Okay, did you have an argument with her tonight, or?
Speak up, please.
Did you have an argument with her tonight?
No, it wasn't an argument.
Okay.
No, my wife has been a very chronic alcoholic.
Okay.
For quite some time. There's a whole medical history that will come out of this.
Okay.
Charlie, talk to me. What's going on there?
Okay, what caused you to do it tonight?
Which end?
Sorry?
I've been hang on a moment.
Yeah.
Now, I had been to my meeting meant for sobriety.
Okay.
Sherry has been in and out of hospitals with chronic alcoholism for some time.
Okay.
I'm considerably older than she is.
Yeah.
And we have tried. She's been through every program that ADAC possibly has.
Okay.
And to no avail.
Okay.
We drank tonight and we talked about it. This will all come out, there's no doubt. My wife is now dead.
Okay.
And I killed her. There's no argument or dispute about that.
Okay. Okay, and was it a mutual decision or was it your decision to do it?
We talked about it.
Okay.
She said she could not give me any promise of cure for her alcoholism.
Okay.
She is 51. I am 78. I am her sole and only caregiver. And I told her that I just couldn't do this anymore.
Okay.
I'm not denying anything. This is it and all. I put a pillow over her face, and she didn't feel any pain because she was chronically alcoholic and drunk.
Okay.
And I held it, and I held it, and I held it until I called you. Kevin, get the hell away. No, I have to leave. No, you don't.
Who's that?
No, Sherry is dead. This is my son-in-law trying to give her CPR. When? A long time ago.
Yeah.
This is my son-in-law trying to give her CPR.
Okay.
Get the police here as quick as you can. Are they on their way?
Yeah, should be on our way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not trying to deny anything here.
Get the police here, please.
They're on their way. Sir, who am I speaking to?
Bert.
Bert, there's no point in us, you and I, carrying on a conversation. What is done is done.
Okay.
The authorities are on the way. We will be here.
Okay, and that's your son, Kevin, that's there in the background?
That's my son-in-law, who rushed to try and give her CPR.
Okay.
And I made sure that she was gone before I made the phone call.
Okay, did your son-in-law live there or what?
I'm sorry?
Did your son-in-law, did you call him as well?
No, I didn't. I called my wife's daughter from my previous marriage.
Okay.
She called her husband, Kevin. Yet, there is really no need for us to continue this. If the authorities are on their way, what is done is done.
Okay.
The police coroner will want to have you take care of this. Okay. There are no excuses being made.
Okay.
Thank you, Bert.
Okay.
Good night.
Okay, no.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
When Noel Lavery called 911 and told them that he had just smothered his bedridden wife, he also described that the decision was mutual based on his wife's incurable alcoholism. However, prosecutors believed that the man simply wanted his wife dead. Lavery allegedly had committed the act to end his wife's drunken suffering. In a taped interview with police, he said, "I don't regret what I've done. I was taking her pain away." Sherry had reportedly been an alcoholic and also suffered from depression. An autopsy revealed that she had so much alcohol and antidepressants in her system at the time of her death that the substances alone could have killed her. During court, an angry and heartbroken daughter of the couple, Lee Makariwicz, read out her victim impact statement. She was telling those in the courtroom of her mother's extraordinary personality and the love that her parents shared. She stated that her mental illness and addiction took her life long before Noel did, and she also said that she understood why her father did what he did, but that she wished that it happened differently. She did not speak well of the justice system, the Crown, Noel Lavery's lawyer, and the media. The Crown fought for the man who was acquitted of murder to be sentenced to 8 years behind bars for manslaughter, but the defense argued against this, fighting for a 2-year conditional sentence instead. In 2012, Justice Donna Shelley sentenced the man to 2 years of house arrest, stating that sending him to jail would not serve society. "He's already suffered the worst possible punishment," Shelley declared. "He's lost his wife after watching her suffer horribly for a long time. Mr. Lavery loved Mrs. Lavery a great deal, and he took exceptionally good care of her. He suffered greatly watching her suffer." A man at a migrant worker camp outside Sandusky, Ohio, shot his wife and stepdaughter with a shotgun in December 2008. The killer's 9-year-old son witnessed the shootings and ran to another house for help, where 911 was contacted several times by an 11-year-old. This is one of the calls.
Karen County 911, where's your emergency?
Yeah, it's the 5181 Bellevue Road.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, can you please hurry up?
Okay, what's the guy's name?
Nicanor, Nicanor.
And his last name's Garcia?
Yeah, Garcias. No, wait, CIA.
Okay.
And
is your mom there?
Yeah, because
they're on their way, honey. What's your name?
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, it's two ladies. And the husband have the...
It's two ladies and what?
Have
they been shot?
He's coming now, please. It's a lot of time.
He's coming. They're on their way.
Can you please hurry up?
Yeah. Are you guys safe?
Yeah, we're safe. The man, he shot his daughter and his wife. But
how do you know that he shot both of them?
Because they're both bleeding and they're both crying.
How did you see them?
Right now, the little boy came to our house and knocked on the door and said, go to her house.
Okay, they're on their way. I'm just trying to get some information. So a little boy came to your house and told you?
Yeah, the little boy.
Okay. All right. And is the guy drinking?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. You need to stop crying. Okay, we're on the way. And I have an ambulance on the way, too.
Okay.
Okay? Just make sure you stay inside and keep the doors locked.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
We're in the house inside. The guys come down, but we're in the house helping them.
You're in the house?
Yeah, with them.
Okay, where's the guy?
In there.
He's in there?
Yeah, with them. With us, but he's all right. He's come down, but he just, he's like helping them, but I don't know why he shot him.
He shot one, and now he's helping her up?
Yeah. Shot both of them, and now he's helping them.
And now he's helping them?
Yeah.
Okay, and you can see that?
Come fast, because they're bleeding a lot. They might, I don't know.
Okay.
They got a little...
56-year-old Eric Siren shot his 49-year-old wife, Jennifer, and his 21-year-old stepdaughter, Andrea Heiser, before turning the gun on himself. The murder-suicide occurred in their home in the 1300 block of Quinlan Court. Andrea was an undergraduate student at Wright State University, majoring in statistics. She was taken to Springfield Regional Medical Center, where she was pronounced dead. Her mother, Jennifer, was the chief financial officer for the Clark County Juvenile Court since 2011. Care flight took her to Miami Valley Hospital, where she died the following day. The Springfield News-Sun employed the estranged husband and killer for several years. In 2012, he had been employed by the Chamber of Greater Springfield, where he worked until he died. He allegedly had a civil stalking protection order filed against him in 2002, but no other criminal history on his record. According to Jennifer's ex-husband and father of Andrea, Randy Heiser, his daughter could not get along with her stepfather because she would often stick up for her mother during arguments. Andrea was the oldest of his and Jennifer Siren's 4 daughters who moved in with an aunt after the shooting, never wanting to return to the home again. Andrea was described by her father as outgoing, loved everybody, and as somebody you wanted to be around, almost too perfect. Heiser's other daughters were reportedly in the home. The youngest allegedly saw the whole thing. According to Heiser, his youngest daughter witnessed Eric laughing maniacally as he shot Jennifer dead. In October 2020, a Welsh paramedic gave CPR to his wife after her sudden cardiac arrest. The off-duty paramedic saved his wife thanks to his life-saving CPR knowledge, which he urges everybody to learn.
Hello, please. My dad's a paramedic, please. My mom has got breathing.
Tell me exactly what's happened.
I don't know. I'm lying in bed and my mom has just collapsed. I'm not breathing, please. Please, my mom is
Don't worry.
please.
Okay, we'll organise and help for her. Stay on the line. I'll tell you exactly what to do next, okay? So just continue with them chest compressions over and over and tell them not to give up, okay?
Come on, Mom.
Come on, Mom.
Come on, Mom.
Hold on.
Mommy, come on, you got it.
Hope the ambulance is going to be there now.
Just carry on with them chest compressions. This is going to give it the best chance, okay?
Come
You
on,
need to
Mom.
make sure that he continues with them chest compressions and keep reassuring him there, okay?
Come on, Mom, you got it. Come on, Mom.
And to keep going for me over and over and don't give up, okay?
They're here.
Are they there with you?
Yeah, they're here.
Okay, I'll leave you with them, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry.
It's alright, don't apologise, okay? Take care.
Thank you, Trust.
Bye-bye.
Phil Wilkins gave CPR to his wife, 48-year-old Ceres Wilkins, when she unexpectedly collapsed in their Pentrabach home. She had reportedly been saying goodnight to their 2 children when she collapsed on the upstairs landing. Hearing a sudden thud coming from upstairs, Phil hurried to see what had happened. The Wilkins family had spent the day of October 9th celebrating Ella's birthday with a small gathering in their garden. I'd been to say goodnight to the kids and had gone to get some ironing, Mrs. Wilkins later explained. The next thing I remember was being in the back of an ambulance, and Phil and the kids were looking at me upset. I still can't quite believe what happened, even now. The 50-year-old paramedic of 16 years gave chest compressions to his wife while his 18-year-old daughter, Ella, called 999 for help. Within 6 minutes, Phil's colleagues from the Welsh ambulance service arrived and delivered a shock with a defibrillator which restarted the school nurse's heart. As a teenager, Mrs. Wilkins was diagnosed with supraventricular tachycardia, a condition where the heart suddenly beats much faster than normal. 6 years ago, she underwent a procedure called an ablation to fix the problem. Saris was transported to the University Hospital of Wales in Cardiff, where she underwent the treatment. Her family responded to the ordeal by urging everyone they could to learn CPR. Saris underwent treatment and was fitted with a pacemaker and defibrillator before she was discharged from the hospital. The family thanked the Welsh Ambulance Service and teams at the University Hospital for Wales for their care. "73-year-old Joseph Melvin DeRoches told the 911 operator that he shot his son's dog and wife in March 2014. He continued to say to the operator that he thinks he is insane. He was charged with murder.
911 emergency. Do you need police, fire, or ambulance?
Police.
You have a police, sir. How can I help you?
There was 2 shots fired at the 911,
That's okay.
2 shots fired at 751 Cameo Street.
That's where you live?
Yeah.
You heard 2 shots?
Yeah.
Who shot?
Send the police.
They're on the way. Did somebody use a gun, sir?
Yes.
Who did?
It was me.
Did you shoot somebody?
Yes.
Who did you shoot?
I shot my son's dog, and I shot my wife.
Okay. Does she need an ambulance, or is she dead?
I don't know.
Okay. Are you okay? Are you Mr. Roach?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of gun do you have, sir?
I have a 9mm German Luger.
A 9mm German Luger? And where are you in the house?
I'm in the kitchen.
Okay. We've got help on the way.
I won't put up a struggle. I'll have the front door open.
Where's the gun now?
It's on the fireplace by the front door.
Where did you shoot your wife?
In the bedroom.
You're going to come to the front door?
I'll be at the front door. I'll be waiting.
Okay, you're going to keep me on the phone, though, until we get there, because there's going to be a whole process on how to get you out of the house, okay? Wife, was she in bed?
Yes.
Okay, where did you shoot her on her body, though?
I don't know. I shot through the blanket, the chest area, I think.
Why did you do this?
I don't know.
Are you suffering some medical issues, sir? Is she?
No, me.
No, okay. You have some medical issues? Okay. We're going to try to get some help to your wife as soon as we can, okay? Is your son home, too?
No, he doesn't live here.
Okay, but it was his dog, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the dog alive still?
No.
I just don't want him to get up and try biting somebody. Okay. Okay, so we're going to have a lot of people coming around to the house there, but I do need to keep you because you don't want to get yourself hurt or anything here. What's your name, sir?
No.
You know, okay. What's her name?
Rosa.
Rosa? Okay. Is there anybody else in the house? Just the 2 of you?
No, just the 2 of us.
Okay. How you doing, bud? Been having a rough time? Have you been drinking?
No.
You ever had a problem with the police before?
No.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell me right now?
I think I'm insane.
Why do you think that? Have you and your wife been having problems before, recently?
No. It's all me. It's all in my head. It's all me.
Have you ever had, have you got a doctor that you can talk to?
I have a family doctor. Dr. Fraser is my family doctor.
What's up? Is there any other pets in the house? Any other dogs or anything?
No.
Just the one? What kind of dog was it?
Mastiff, bulldog, pit bull combination.
And where is that in the house?
Where's what?
Where was the dog? Like where would you?
In the backyard.
Okay.
By the back door.
Like outside though?
Yes.
Okay. Have you had any mental health issues prior to this, sir? Any other, do you hear things? Have you had different thoughts prior to today?
Oh, many times.
Yeah? And have you talked to somebody about that?
I was hospitalized a few years ago for a week.
At like World Jubilee?
No, this is when I was stationed in Europe.
So you're a veteran?
Yeah, military.
So you were hospitalized in Europe for mental health issues?
Sort of, yeah.
Oh. Tough being in the military. Where were you in Europe?
I was in the northern part and in Lahr.
In Lahr?
Yeah.
My dad was in Lahr too. How old are you?
71.
So it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you suffer from PTSD, do you know?
No.
No? Okay.
Okay, the police are here.
Can you see them? Okay, well, you don't go out there till I tell you, okay? Because they're going to have their weapons drawn, and I don't want you getting yourself into any more trouble.
Okay.
Before the dreadful events of March 18, 2014 that ended with the shooting of 77-year-old Rosa Maria DeRoches, there had been no previous history of violence between the couple. The act that was described by Crown Prosecutor Patrick Weir as aberrant and completely out of character was a shock to those who knew the family. To neighbors and friends, the 4-decade-long marriage looked healthy and happy, but it was discovered that there had been underlying strains on the couple. Allegedly, DeRoches had a difficult childhood growing up. He was the youngest of 20 children in Prince Edward Island. He only completed his education to grade 6. He became a part of the Canadian Forces at the young age of 17, during which his long and renowned career led him to serve with the forces in Europe. It was then that he met his wife Rosa in Spain. According to the man's defense attorney, Ray Diano, neither of the couple's grown children, Daniel and Kim, wrote victim impact statements. The children stood behind their father, even though they were also victims in the case, as they had essentially lost both of their beloved parents. The killer, who had no memory of ever planning to hurt his wife, could not give a reason as to why he did what he did on March 18th. He confessed guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for 10 years. 10 years was the minimum sentence, and it was agreed between defense and prosecution that this was the correct sentence to give. JonBenét Ramsey was a well-known American child beauty queen with her whole life ahead of her until one chilling day on Christmas, December 1996, her mother, Patsy Ramsey, called 911 after discovering that she was missing.
911 emergency. Police. What's going on? 515th Street. What's going on there, ma'am? We have a kidnapping. Hurry, please. Explain to me what's going on, okay? There's a note left and our daughter's gone. A note was left and your daughter is gone? How old is your daughter? 6 years old. She's gone. 6 years old. How long ago was this? I don't know. I just found the note. And my daughter's gone. Does it say who took her? What? Does it say who took her? I don't know. There's a ransom note here. It's a ransom note? It says SBTC. Victory. Please. Okay, what's your name? Are you Patsy Ramsey? I'm the mother. Oh my God. Please. Okay, I'm sending an officer over, okay? Please. Do you know how long she's been gone? No, I don't. Please, we just got out. Is she right here? Oh my God, please. Okay, calm. There's somebody. I am, honey. Please. Take a deep breath. Please, okay? Hurry. Patsy.
It has been 25 years since the murder of 6-year-old JonBenét Ramsey became famous for the mystery surrounding the case and the false confessions made by those who did not commit the horrid act. There has been endless speculation and even false confessions about who committed the heinous act. A new documentary, The List, is lifting the lid on the 1996 case and prompting new investigations to take place. JonBenét was only 4 years old when she began following in her beauty queen mother's footsteps and began her journey as a beauty queen. The little girl has been described as fun-loving, adventurous, mischievous, and beautiful by her family. The Ramseys were successful in their careers and lived a lavish and high-society life in Boulder, Colorado with their children, 6-year-old JonBenét and 9-year-old brother Burke. Patsy had just beaten ovarian cancer and was celebrating her 40th birthday in remission. A brightly decorated Christmas that promised to be as merry and glamorous as the beautiful little girl herself was soon to become a nightmare when a heartbreaking note was found in their home. The family had attended a Christmas party the night before, and the couple had put JonBenét and her other brother, both had already fallen asleep, to bed when they got home. Patsy was the first one up on Christmas morning, excited to begin her well-planned festivities, when sheets of paper caught her eye at the bottom of the spiral staircase she was heading down.
There were 3 pages neatly laid across one of the runs of the staircase.
The handwritten note contained a harrowing message. It was a ransom note demanding $118,000 for the safe return of their beloved JonBenét. The author of that note seemed to know some personal details about the family. The length of the note also indicated that the kidnapper knew a lot about the family. The $118,000 was close to the exact amount of John's bonus last year. The case was compromised from the very beginning. People who knew the family were flooding into the home, passing the ransom note around, and talking in a home that was now a crime scene. Police did not secure the scene, nor did they secure and try to calm the family. The note indicated that a call would be made between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. that morning, but that time came and went. The lone officer left at the scene with the Ramseys suggested that JonBenét's on-edge father look around the house for clues. He and a friend started with the basement, where he found the body of his beloved daughter.
I'd found my daughter. She was lying on a white blanket. The blanket was wrapped around her. Her hands were tied above her head. She had tape over her mouth. I immediately knelt down over her, held her cheek, took the tape off immediately off her mouth. I tried to untie the cord that was around her arms. I couldn't get the knot untied. Picked her up, and I ran upstairs and laid her on the floor, and still had a hope that she was alive.
The search for a little girl had just turned into a murder investigation, and John Ramsey, now at the scene of the crime, picked the little girl's body up, removed the tape, dragged her upstairs in his arms, and threw a blanket over her. This severely tainted the investigation and brought DNA from the blanket, the living room floor he had laid the body on, and John Ramsey himself onto the body of the dead girl. From the beginning, John and Patsy Ramsey were the prime suspects of the investigation, even though 38 registered sex offenders lived near the home at the time of the murder. They did agree to give blood and hair samples to authorities. Still, the Ramseys displayed suspicious behavior from the start, refusing to be formally interviewed by police, lawyering up right away, and only several days after her death, JonBenét's father called his pilot to arrange a flight to Atlanta. The ransom note was from Patsy's notepad, and the paintbrush used to make the garrote came from her art supplies. There were fibers from Patsy's jacket inside the duct tape stuck to the little girl's mouth. To everyone's shock, and to add to their suspicious acts, the Ramseys broke the silence on CNN after their daughter's memorial service was held in Atlanta.
If anyone knows anything, please help us.
We've sensed from our friends that this tragedy has touched not just ourselves and our friends, but many people.
JonBenet had been strangled to death with a garrote, a savage homemade device made from a length of cord tied off with a paintbrush that ultimately strangles its victims. She had also suffered from blunt force trauma to the head. An autopsy later revealed an 8-inch fracture to her skull. There was also evidence of sexual abuse. The paintbrush used for the garrote was also used to assault her sexually. There was also foreign DNA found in her panties, along with a drop of blood. DNA was also found on her long johns and under her fingernails, evidence that was only discovered after the case had been privately investigated by Lou Smith, who uncovered important information that the police had overlooked. The police had initially found no evidence of a break-in. However, upon re-investigation, a broken window was found where an intruder could have entered. Smith also noticed that physical evidence had been left at the scene that came from the outside of the home. No duct tape was found in the Ramsey home, but duct tape had been used on the girl's mouth. There were also 2 marks on her body left from a stun gun. The gun was also not found at home. According to private investigator Ollie Gray, other suspects in the case included known sex offenders Gary Olivia, who had been arrested on drug charges in 2000. Upon his arrest, police allegedly found a magazine cutout of JonBenét Ramsey in his backpack, which led them to investigate further. The sex offender was released, but suspicion remains. John Mark Carr made a false confession in graphic and sexual detail. However, after his DNA test failed to match those found at the crime scene, he was eradicated as a suspect. The housekeeper, Linda Hoffman Pugh, had a key to the home. Michael Helgoth, an electrician who had a dispute with the family, may have had a motive to seek revenge on the family, but he committed suicide in 1997, and his DNA also did not match that which was found at the crime scene. Patsy died in 2006 from the recurrence of ovarian cancer. The stress and heartbreak from losing her daughter and then being a prime suspect undoubtedly not helping her condition. Shortly after her death, the Ramseys were formally exonerated from the case due to the new evidence found pointing towards an intruder. John is now remarried and living a quiet life. 20 years later, Burke Ramsey was reportedly paid to be interviewed for the first time since his sister's murder. Many do not believe he was responsible for her death, but his demeanor in the interview raised suspicion for some. To this day, the case remains unsolved.
Don't forget to like this video if you found it interesting, and subscribe to join us in the next episode of True 911.